Hey guys, I'm Umbless Data, and welcome to another review. This time we have Breaking Bad Season 5, Episode 10. The big 1-0. We're getting right down to the wire, but how was this episode? Pretty good, in my opinion. A little lower quality than the previous episode. Thought that episode was great, really got me in the mood to watch more Breaking Bad, get on the antics of Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. This episode, still cool, still moved the story along. I just kind of like the other one better. I just, got my heart pumping, I don't know. But before I get right into this review, just want to let you guys know it does contain spoilers, this review. So if you have not seen the episode and you do not want to know what happened, go watch it and come back. So let's get right into this review. Right off the bat, we see a man picking up all the money that Jesse threw out his window last episode. He's picking up all the money, and he finds Jesse's car with, the bag of money. Jesse's not even in it. He's in a park, and he's just laying down on a merry-go-round, going around. And, he's really out of it now. He doesn't really know what to live for. He doesn't know what to do. He can't live with himself knowing that he has this blood money that he didn't really work for in his eyes. But in Walter's eyes, I worked for it, I don't want to lose my money. In Jesse's eyes, he's saying, this money was made by killing people and all stuff, I don't want it. And that's how, the difference between them two. And Jesse is acting different in this case than what Walter would do, and he's just kind of like losing it, basically. He just doesn't really know what to do. So after that, we see Walt, and Walt leaves Hank's house. So this is right after where Hank punched him and said, I don't know who you are, tread lightly, blah, 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 like that. He leaves there, and he just picks up his phone right away, calls Skyler, but she's on the phone already, and he's at the car wash, and Skyler's on the phone with Hank. And she leaves the car wash, and Skyler and Hank meet at a diner, and, they're talking about what happened and everything. Very interestingly enough, I thought this scene was really well done. Skyler doesn't say anything that really promotes the idea that Walter is like a drug dealer. And Hank doesn't really say anything that would push Skyler too far and run away. And I thought it was a perfect balance, and it was just really well done. So, they say things like, I wish I seen this sooner, Hank saying all this stuff, and he doesn't even call Walt a person at this point, he just calls him a monster, like stuff like that. So you can really see how Hank views Walter now. But even though he doesn't have evidence to prove that Walter is the cook, he's just going to say, yep, he's him. He's going off, his instincts. Oh, he's right. But that's how Walter and Skyler are going to play on this. So Hank wants Skyler and the kids to move in with him so that, because you'll be protected from the monster. He's saying all this stuff. And Hank pulls out a recorder and says, now I need you to tell me everything you know, and so I can use that as evidence, basically. But no, Skyler says, no, I'm not going to do that. And she starts yelling, like, am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? And that was, like, the key moment in this episode. Just, like, a cool little moment it's really memorable, like, tread lightly. It's the same kind of deal. And she even says, I think I should get a lawyer before I start talking. So, we can see that she doesn't, like, imply that, yeah, you're right, Hank. But she doesn't, leave it open enough and says, no, he's not. She doesn't say that either. So, Saul's guys go to Walt's storage locker at this point. Saul sent them there. And, they see this huge pile of money and they start laying on it. Really funny scene. It's nice that they break up all the, the serious, Walter White pieces of this story and put some comedy in it also. Really great that they do that. So, yeah, so they got all the money and they put them all in barrels. We don't know what they're going to do with it, though. So then Walt is with Saul. He's at Saul's place. And he's basically consulting him. And Saul brings up the option, like, you could kill Hank. That's an option. But right away, Walt says, no, he's family, can't do that. So that's very interesting also. Like, of all the people, he's killed so many people. But no, he draws the line with family. I find that kind of interesting. I don't know about you, but I don't know. So Saul's guys bring back Walt's money in these barrels in a car, and Walt goes into the car and he just drives straight out to the desert. And then he starts burying the barrels in the ground, and yeah, he's hiding his stash. Everything he's worked for to this point, he's hiding it in the desert. And at this point, Skyler and Marie start to talk. Marie goes to Skyler's house, and she starts talking to Skyler. Hank's outside, he doesn't even come inside. And they just start talking, like, casually. But she's like, like, how long have you known? Like, did you know before Hank got shot? And she's saying all this stuff. And then Skylar still doesn't say anything, doesn't give anything away, but Marie just gets up and slaps Skylar right in the face. Really big disgrace we got there, waving your flag all over the place, if you know what I mean. And it was really a slap to Skylar's face, and not just figuratively, like literally. And it felt really out of place to me. But now Marie's all angry at Skylar too because he's a drug dealer and you didn't tell us, blah blah blah. I don't know. Felt kind of weird. And then Marie picks up Holly, their kid, the baby, and she's gonna like walk away with her. What is that? No, just put her down. Hank comes down and say, okay, you know what? Just put her down. And she puts him down and they just leave. So a lot of tension between Hank and Marie and Walt and Skylar, obviously. But again, I think Skylar was really smart in this and she didn't give anything away. But it's kind of weird that she's like all of a sudden on Walter's side, if you know what I mean. Because the past season, she's really been like against him, like, I hate you, basically. And all of a sudden she's like, okay, yeah, let's get this money, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me. But after that, so Walt's still digging this huge hole and he's putting the barrels in, and he tries to memorize the coordinates to this place where he buried all the barrels. And he puts sand on top of it and all this stuff, so you can't tell there's a hole. But he has to memorize the coordinates. So if he forgets that, I don't know what's gonna happen. So Walt goes home and starts. So he's not talking to Skylar at all, and Skylar's like, Walt, like, are you okay? Like, what are you doing? And he's not saying anything at all, and he just passes out, hits the floor. So he just wakes up, he's still on the floor of the bathroom, and he says, and Skylar says, is it true? Is your cancer back? Because Hank kind of told her that without him thinking. And he's like, does that make you happy now? Because, like, that's what she wanted before, right? In the previous episodes. But no, they're, like, basically together now as a team. Like I said, it's kind of weird, so rushed that they're just like, yeah, now we're together, we're working together. I don't know, if there was another season maybe, then they could have stretched that like relationship a little bit longer to make it seem a little bit more realistic. But I can see how it still works, and I think it still works pretty well in this case, especially. But this is what Walt said after. I said, I'm going to turn myself in, and you keep all the money. Like, don't let me have done all of this for nothing. And he's true, because if he just says, yeah, I'm Heisenberg, goes in, and that's it, the money's still hidden, and they don't know where the money is. So, but, like, how would Skylar get it? I don't know. So, but Skylar says this instead. She says, well, Hank has his suspicions, but he has nothing else. He doesn't have any evidence. How can he convict you if there's nothing? And maybe our best move is to stay quiet. That's basically what she's saying, which is pretty smart in my opinion. After that, we go to some scenes with Lydia, and Lydia meets like the couple of drug lords, not really lords, but like the drug dealers. Walt like a season ago or so, where he says, like, say my name. It was them. Lydia goes to them to check on her, meth business because they're cooking for her now. And they bring her into a hole in the ground, and there's basically a bus underground, and that's where their cook is and everything. And she's really angry because it's, the pure percentage is down. It's not as good as Walt's, basically. So she's all angry. So then, all of a sudden, they're like, oh, I think there's a problem, because they hear a bang or something. So everyone goes out of the hole in the ground, the bus, but Lydia stays underground. They all go up, and you hear just gunfire. And Lydia goes up, and Todd shows up, and just to jog your memory, Todd is the guy that was working with Walter and Jesse and Mike before, but now that they're done, he's just by himself now. So Todd's basically working for Lydia still, and so Todd's there, and Todd brings her up out of the hole in the ground, and she's like, I don't want to see, cover my eyes. So she covers her eyes, and Todd just walks her through, and there's just dead bodies everywhere. And Todd and a couple other men just took them out. So now they're all dead. So now we go to Marie. She says, you have to tell the office about this. And she's talking to Hank. And Hank's like, well, I don't have the evidence. I can't do this. It's like he doesn't want to tell the story to the office without proof, basically. That's the whole thing, and that's basically Hank's dilemma at this point. But Hank still goes into the office anyway. And he says, set up a conference call on it. I need a conference call right now. And he just says it's for him to, get caught up with what he missed. But we don't really know what's going to happen with that. Is he going to say his suspicions against Walt? or maybe he's not. We don't really know at this point. But Jesse's brought into the cops in another scene. This is the last scene, and they're interrogating him, but Jesse's still, he's so out of it. He like doesn't have basically anything to live for. Like in the beginning, he's not saying a word. So, and like they even ask him like, why were you throwing around millions of dollars? And still, he's not talking. So the two interrogators come out. Hank's there, and he's like, you know what? Let me talk to him. He hates me. Maybe I can get him like riled up. And he'll say something. So then Hank goes into the room to go interrogate him, and the episode ends. So is Jesse, gonna rat out on Walt? We really don't know. In my opinion, I don't think he is. I actually don't. But Hank has to get some evidence some way, and he eventually is, because, well, that's what this is leading to. I don't think Walt is gonna get away scot-free in the end of this show. What do you guys think? Is Walter going to get away with this? Is he going to get caught? Is he going to die? Is Jesse going to rat him out? What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and we can exchange your thoughts and predict what's going to happen. I just want to say a big thank you to you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for rating all the time. Just love when I get feedback. It really boosts me up to make more videos. I really enjoy doing it and giving you guys some stuff to watch, some entertainment. Really brings me joy. So just thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.